Good morning, people. Another beautiful day. Yeah, it's Friday. What's good? Me again. And you know me, we talk about video games and technology around here. So what's up with it? Alright, hope your five senses work. Hope your health and strength is good. Let's do this. Okay. You know, Phil Spencer said about a year or so ago, Phil Spencer said Sony and Nintendo is not our competitors. Okay. And he also said sales ain't the end all be all to video games. Okay. And when he said those things, that was a warning to Sony and Nintendo to change their ways. What he was really talking about, when he said that, what he was talking about, he was letting people know that he was talking about the competition that was coming. Okay. So the statement he made was a warning to Sony and Nintendo to change their ways. Okay. So when Microsoft directed that statement, he was talking about Google, Amazon. Okay. Google and Amazon, right? Google has the Stadia, Amazon has the Luna, and Amazon trying to get that off the ground to get that into the streaming field. But there's another competitor that's on the horizon. Netflix. Remember, Phil Spencer said Sony and Nintendo is not our competitors. So that was a warning to Sony and Nintendo to change their ways. Right? Because the video game industry is about to get competitive. So when he said that, he was talking about Google, Amazon, and now Netflix. Okay? Netflix is getting into gaming now. Netflix has a user base. Amazon got a huge user base. Google got a huge user base. Okay? Microsoft has a huge user base. Sony and Nintendo got a user base, but they got to get their act together because now it's competitive. So now, and then there's the Steam user base, and then there's the Epic Store user base. So now the video game industry is competitive now. And then there's Apple. You got Apple, right? You got Apple. You got Epic. You got Steam. You got Google. You got Amazon. You got Microsoft, and now Netflix is about to get competitive. Good thing Microsoft, when they created that Game Pass, they did that for a reason. Okay. Now this is the reason. Remember, I was telling you the only thing we do is Netflix and Game Pass. Phil Spencer saw what was coming, so now Netflix is getting into gaming now. Okay, so Microsoft built a nice platform with the Game Pass to compete with the competition, and the good thing about that is that they brought they had a history, and they brought the backwards compatibility. Then they brought the ZeniMax Bethesda deal. That was huge. That's another pillar. And then they brought over the iOS. But now you got Netflix now is trying to get into gaming. So now the industry is competitive as it is, man. Listen to this. Listen to this. It says Netflix is looking to expand its gaming efforts. Streaming giant is apparently looking to branch out into the realm of video games, even approaching veterans of the industry with job offers. Oh boy. For years, Netflix has been the dominant force in the media streaming world, but with newer services like Disney and Amazon Prime Videos posing a potential threat to its ubiquity, the company is now looking to expand its horizon. So now it's getting competitive, right? So it says here, it's long been the home of several adaptations of video game stories, with the likes of The Witcher and Castlevania proving popular. According to a recent report, though it may be looking to expand into the business of actually bringing games to its clientele, that means its user base that it already has. Says here, tech news outlet, the information revealed in an exclusive report today that Netflix is looking to grow beyond traditional film entertainment, and they got the user base for it, and is seeking to experienced executive to oversee an expansion into the gaming industry. The company has reportedly approached veterans from the industry about joining this new initiative, though the people familiar with the situation cited in the report didn't name any names. Says here, it's also not known at present whether Netflix foray into the gaming sector would involve the company making or publish their own games, or acting more as an intermediary and storefront for external publishers. One possible business model, apparently discussed by those in the know. Wait a minute, let me go back up here. Where am I at? Okay, where did I go? Okay, oh, here we go. In the know follows the lead of Apple's Apple paid subscription service that provides a host of ad games at touch of a button for a fixed monthly fee. And it says here, a move into the gaming industry isn't entirely out of the blue for Netflix. Back in 2017, it released an official retro themed Stranger Things tie-in games, and it attended E3 in 2019 to announce its intentions to create more gaming content out of its original IPs. On top of that, it also hosted interactive offerings like Black Mirror, Bandersnatch, which was blurred the line between games and TV in the vein of classic Telltale narrative games. So going all in with a dedicated game wing is not without precedent. Still, as Netflix probably knows better than anyone, while intent is one thing, content is king. Woo! It got no shortage of game-related TV coming soon, such as the highly anticipated Resident Evil Infinite Darkness and rumor of a Zelda series on the win. But if the company can't curate a solid selection of actual games upon its arrival to the competition, it's unlikely to capture the interest of fans, as Google issued with Stadia has proved. It requires more than just deep pockets to make an impact in an unfamiliar market. And that is that. Sorry about the slip up there when I was reading. Mouse slipped out of my hand. So, Netflix is looking to get into video games, and they have been talking to insiders about doing this. And Netflix got the cash, that's for sure. They got a huge user base, that's for sure. You know, they have already tried to make games, but they got some good things going for them. And the thing about getting into this console business, or for streaming games and all that, number one, you got you could take the Microsoft approach, or you could take the Google Stadia approach. But if you're gonna try the Google Stadia approach, it's best that you come in with your own games versus relying on third party to do the work for you. You know, so Netflix, you know, the heads at Netflix, they got some decisions to make. You know, so Like the article said, intent is one thing, but content is the other. So Netflix got their work cut out for them. But Phil Spencer was right when he warned Sony and Nintendo. When he said Sony and Nintendo is not our competitors, because he knew Microsoft had to get Game Pass off the ground, because they knew that Google posed a threat, Amazon posed a threat, and now you got Netflix. So Microsoft had to create Game Pass, to stay afloat. They looked down the road, saw what was coming. Google and Amazon, Google and Amazon. Yes, Google and Amazon. Remember, when Microsoft was doing their thing, they were probably on the outside looking in. But now they decide to get into the console business, and it's all about that user base. And Netflix got a user base already, so all they got to do now is make some moves. Try to get some hardware manufacturers to make a console, or try to get some developers to make a game, or probably buy a couple game studios like how Microsoft did it, and go from there. So the market right now is about to get really competitive. Okay. And this goes back to what I've been saying about Nintendo and the Wii U, why they should have kept using it versus hop skipping all over the place. They should have refreshed the Wii U and work on that virtual console that they already got, and add some more features to it, to keep their base. Netflix is coming into this console business, and then there's Sony with the backwards compatibility. They had the backwards compatibility with PlayStation 3. Right? They got PlayStation Now, but PlayStation Now needs support. So they should have brought that backwards compatibility to PlayStation Now, right? And to the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. The PlayStation 5 should have been fully backwards compatible with PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So yeah, Microsoft, they did their homework. They looked down the road, saw what was coming, and warned Sony and Nintendo, and warned them, not dissed them, warned them and said, look, warned the industry and said, look, Sony and Nintendo is not our competitors. Competitors meaning cash flow. Okay? Who got the cash and all that? Okay? They saw Google. Microsoft saw Google as a threat. Okay, Microsoft saw Amazon as a threat, and then here comes Netflix. Then you have Steam. Then you got the Epic Store. Then you got Apple. So Microsoft, they had to make moves. Okay, but they saw what was coming, and here comes Netflix. It's about to get competitive, man. So it's gonna come down now to the user base now. Okay. It's going to come down to the user base. Microsoft already did their homework. They got Game Pass. And that ZeniMax Bethesda deal was huge. So every game that's under that IP is going straight to Game Pass. Yeah, it's about to get real competitive, people. Real competitive. Anyway, I'm going to leave a link in the description box with this article so you can look at it. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing for Dark Side. I'm gone. Peace.